Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs deploying the National Guard as border operations in the Tucson sector remain closed to free up agents dealing with surgent migrants. When it comes to shoring up the border, a brand new poll shows the most favored tactic is more border agents, while about two-thirds support deporting those here illegally and penalizing businesses that hire them. Our next guest says that Biden's border policies are to blame for the crisis. Arizona GOP Senate candidate Kari Lake joins us now. Kari, so great to have you. And so you're seeing Kari, first of all, when you ran against Katie Hobbs for that governorship, your signature issue was, I'm going to send the National Guard down there. And now she's reacting to basically the border collapsing. What's your reaction to her now saying, oh, yeah, maybe we should send the National Guard?
It's laughable. I mean, she on week one, month one, started pulling down the barrier that Governor Ducey put up at the border. And while it wasn't a permanent barrier, it was something. And her first move on the border was to tear that down and open it up. I mean, this is laughable. My plan was to call it an invasion on day one, send our troops down there and stop people from crossing over the border in Arizona. And now that the election is, not too far away, we're within a year of the election, the Democrats are in a panic. I mean, Joe Biden, Ruben Gallego, Kyrsten Sinema created this problem. Everybody knows we had a secure border under President Trump, and they peeled back all of those policies that were working, Rachel. And now we have people, tens of thousands of people pouring across Arizona's border each week, and they're running into our interior and being bussed everywhere across this country. And now she sends the guard down there, and then she wants them to just process people. We need to stop people from coming across immediately, and we need to build a wall, and that's the fastest, cheapest way to do it.
Yeah, you always hear this. We're going to get more money for border security, and it just means more money to process them so they can get them out and into the country and not, in spaces where the media can come and pay attention to, people collecting under a bridge or wherever, or, overflowing centers near the border. So we just came up with some polls that just came out in the last hour, and they showed that border immigration and border security, just over a 1 month period, jumped 7 points in terms of what people care about in the upcoming election. So I wonder, do you think it's the polls that are causing Katie Hobbs to go, oh, my gosh, we got to send the National Guard down there? And what exactly will the National Guard do under her leadership?
Well, it sounds like they're going to be taking some of the pressure off Border Patrol agents and processing people. And I'm sure that the members of the National Guard would rather go down there and stop people from coming over. And then that will allow us to open up some of the legal ports of entry. I mean, so typical of the Democrat leadership or lack of leadership to close down legal ports of entry to legal business and legal tourism, so that they can take all of our Border Patrol and have them processing people coming illegal. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. No. And so I don't know what her plans are. All I know is that it's a bunch of dead end, a deal for the American people. And I'm not surprised that, Rachel, the issue of the border has climbed, because it affects everybody. We're worried now about a terrorist attack. Yes. We heard that there were IEDs, or at least the elements to make IEDs, that were detected at the border. We have fighting age men. We're importing a foreign army, and it won't take long for people to turn on us. Meanwhile, our economy is hurting. These people have to be put up. They have to be put up in housing that our own citizens don't have access to, and jobs that are going to be taken from American citizens. It's a mess. It's easy to fix on day one. You get in there and you start constructing that wall. And then you start following the laws that are on the books, and we wouldn't have this problem.
Well, you're running against Gallegos in Arizona. You may have a third candidate. Kyrsten Sinema may enter in as an independent candidate. I'm sure the border is going to be a top issue. You've certainly been strong and prescient on what needed to happen from day one on Katie Hobbs' watch, and didn't happen until basically the border collapsed. So you probably have a good leg to stand on that issue for sure. We'll be watching this race. It's very important, not just for the border communities that are suffering in Arizona, but really, as you mentioned, it's a national issue and a national security issue. Kari Lake, you've been a very clear voice on this, and we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
All right. Merry Christmas.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.